Okay, now that we're done and dusted with HTML, let's look at XML, or the Extensible Markup Language. As the name suggests, XML is a markup language similar to HTML in structure. However, where HTML is primarily used to access, traverse, and present or display content from the web, XML is used to store and exchange data. So the similarity ends as far as the structure of XML and HTML are concerned. When it comes to the aim or the purpose, they have completely different paths to take. Just like HTML, XML elements are also defined using start and end tags, right? Very similar to HTML. The tags that are used in XML, unlike HTML, are not predefined or inbuilt. They are completely customizable and user defined. However, there are some rules that must be followed by while creating XML documents. These rules have been mentioned here for your reference. What we'll do is get started right away and create an XML representation of the data that we've given here, right? So as you can see, what we've done, uh, I have already created an XML representation of the data. What you will have to do is change what you see on your screen in this lab to something similar to this. So what I have done is I have created three levels of hierarchy. The root tag is people, right? Followed by celebrity. And within celebrity, for each celebrity, we have tags such as occupation, first name, designation that is included here, and of course, you'll need to add last name, email address, and any other data that you think is required, right? So note the syntax that has been used within the start and end tags. What we've done is we've entered some text, right? So between occupation start tag and the occupation end tag, we've entered cricketer. Similarly, between the first name start tag and the first name end tag, we've entered Sachin, so on and so forth, right? So let's look at what you might see in your browser when you hit preview. Now, some browsers, such as certain versions of Chrome, might have certain problems while displaying XML documents inside an iframe, which is exactly what we are doing here. So if you see such problems and if you do not see something similar to this, switch to another browser such as Firefox from Mozilla or Internet Explorer from Microsoft. So great. So as you can see, what we find is a nicely indented hierarchical representation of your data. See that the browser recognizes that tags have special meaning and therefore they are displayed using different colors and different degrees of boldness, right? Great. So far so good. Now, as we've already mentioned, the tags are completely customizable and you're free to choose what name you want to give your tags, right? However, there are some rules that define whether a tag is legally accepted in XML or not, right? So these self-explanatory rules are given here for your reference. So what you need to do now is try out different tag names based on these rules. Also try out some illegal names and see what you observe when you hit the preview button. Great. Now, once again, just like HTML, we can also use attributes for XML elements, right? So let's just take a look at these examples. Let's take a look at the example set below. So this is something very similar to what we've already defined for Sachin, right? So you have store, books, book, and within book, you have tags such as category, name, and author. The same data can also be represented by removing the explicit tag category and including that information as an attribute to the tag book, right? So here In the tag book, we've added an attribute category and assigned it a value fiction, right? Now, both these examples, the one on top and the one below, are equivalent. So what you will need to do now is change the description you have created for Sachin and include one or more